One, two, three. Oh no, we need one of those.
Yes.
There we go.
Action.
Hey, is that Bandon Beach?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Bandon Beach. Man, what a great place. Look
Hey,
at
is
the.
that Curtains of Heaven?
No, it's the rhythm of the aurora.
It should have been Curtains of
And the
Heaven.
next one's going to be Curtains of Heaven. I'm going to see if Brooks even notices that it's a different title.
Wouldn't that be fun? Let's submit something he rejects again and see if he rejects it again.
Hey, yeah, he might. He might if he accepted it, we'd just call him out big time.
I'm going to resubmit my Dunes of Nude.
Yeah. You're going to publish it this time.
Uh,
Period.
hey,
So what's on your mind?
I had something happen to me the other day. I woke up and I don't know, working on some of my images, and I just felt like they were garbage. I
Oh,
mean, I really just felt like, why am I doing this?
really?
I'm not doing anything good. The work's not good. Everybody else is doing something better than mine. And I stopped and I said, well, this is crazy because it wasn't a week ago that I'm thinking, man, I'm a photo god. Every image I create is wonderful.
Isn't
And I'm
that
thinking,
interesting?
what is going on? And I realized it was my mood. I just was in a down mood. And so I saw myself and my work negatively.
Interesting.
Yeah. And have you ever experienced that where sometimes you feel your work's great and other times you think the same work is garbage?
It's actually kind of what's the word I want? Not liberating. Yeah, maybe it is. Comforting. I'm struggling very well now to hear you, who I hold on this pedestal as a really, really
As you should.
great photographer. No, I mean, you're an artist. You're not a photographer in my mind. So it's comforting to hear that you have those days. Because, yes, absolutely, I have those days where I'm trying, it's when I'm trying to make something work and it's not working. And then there are times where I've gone like a week or two and said, screw it, I am not going to work on pictures because when I look at them, I just feel depressed.
I
Yeah.
think what had happened is I had gotten into my head that everyone else's work was better. And I
Uh,
don't know if I was posting something on Instagram and I saw other images and how many likes they were getting. And I started thinking about what makes me think my images are good. Do I
huh.
need to get a certain number of likes before I think they're good? And how many are there? Is it when I hit 500, then I go, wow, that really must be a good image? Or is it 1,000? Or is it a
Yeah.
million? I mean, some people get millions of likes on
Oh,
their images.
crazy.
Yeah. So, how many likes do I need before I think my images are good?
Gosh, yeah. Well, I posted an African blue poppy on Instagram. It's an old photograph, not super old, like 4 or 5 years old. But I did it simply because I went, oh, hey, it's the end of March. That's when the African blue poppies are in at Longwood. Hey, I'll throw up a picture of the poppy. I did it very, very off the cuff with no intention other than, hey, African blue poppies are in. And I think I said, this is end of March, makes me think about poppies. That's it. It has 800 views.
Oh
My
my God.
normal average is, I don't know, 180, 200, 250.
So, what
So,
does that tell you about that image compared to, let's say, the one behind you that got 150?
yeah, well,
What does that tell you? Is it that five times, seven times better?
yeah. Well, I could tell you what happened to me, as a human. I was like, wow, that's cool. That feels good. But then I started asking my question, but so do I go find another flower picture and post that next so I can keep the good feel, the dopamine going?
Mm,
Or do I post what I really love? It's not that I don't like that photograph. Obviously, I took it, I
yeah, yeah.
posted it. It's a pretty picture. But when we talk about like our last episode, we're trying to speak on this show about emotion expressive photography more so than just pretty pictures. And so I started thinking about that and I went, no, I'm not going to post another flower picture tomorrow to keep it going because I realized that would not be in harmony with where I'm trying to go with my own personal expressive photography. But boy, the pull of that is really huge. It really is.
External validation addiction. Yeah, it's easy to get into wanting to be continually validated by other people because, when I was a kid, I thought I'm going to enter contests because if an image wins a blue ribbon or
Yes.
first place, that's proof that it's a good image.
Yeah.
And it isn't, of course. It's proof that the judge liked that image more than he liked the others. But how many judges are out there? There's 8 billion of them.
Yeah.
So, which is the most important person to impress?
Yeah.
Ourselves, hopefully.
Yeah. My experience there, the first competition I ever entered, ironically, it was a flower photograph, a Gerber daisy, and I won. I went, that was easy. And so now there was this Churchville competition next. And so I said, oh, that's a much bigger one. I'll go ahead and enter something in that. It didn't even get juried in. It's the same identical photograph,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same identical image. And I went, oh, wait a minute. I just won. How could this not even be juried in?
yeah.
So I learned really quickly in my first, and I've never competed since. It's because I was so like confused. I mean, like, how could I win and then not get a juried in?
I talk to so many photo club members who tell me that they craft their submission
Oh
to
yeah,
the juror. And
yeah,
especially in some clubs where this one person is always the juror, they get to know pretty quickly what he likes and what he doesn't like.
sure,
So I'll convince them to try to submit something that you really, really love.
yeah.
And universally, without exception, the results are always the same. Didn't get anything, but when I submit something I love, it does poorly. When I submit something that I know he loves, it does well. And
Well, I just thought of a great story today. I wonder if I can bring that up really quickly. You talk to the customers here, not customers. You talk to the viewers, and let me see if oh no, I bet I'm not going to find it real
what's
quickly.
it about?
Yeah. Well, I got it. I did a lecture. And oh, here it is. I responded to her. So let's see if we can bring it over here so I can read it. She says, I especially enjoyed yours and Cole's program nights. How lucky for us at the Alameda Camera Club. I take photographs that I like, not for others. However, I was struggling with others are so much better. Exactly what you spoke to. I debated and had decided not to submit a particular photo to a competition a local gallery was running. I wasn't going to submit the attached photo, which she shared with me, because of my own amateur critic. But after your program night and listening to Cole, I determined I was going to submit, and I did today the attached photo just because I love it.
Good for
I
her.
wrote her back and I said, how wonderful. I said, you talk about my heart singing. I am so happy right now because you're right on target. And then I said, and by the way, your image is incredible. It's this set of stairs. It looks like Asian pagoda type of thing, right? It's a set of stairs, and she's got the gesture on the little boy coming down those stairs, chasing after the Buzz Lightyear Woody that had fallen on the bottom step. So she captures this perfect gesture of the boy, and then there's a cat up above the boy's shoulder coming down the stairs, too. It's an incredible story image, but she was so afraid to share it because of that, what we're talking about right here, the inner critic who's saying, but the judge is going to say the top right is not perfectly symmetrical with the top left, and the boy's dead. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah,
If the boy
yeah.
is dead center middle, but the boy is too dead center middle, and that's what we're working. And where does that come from? Because that's what the judges do at these competitions. They get you thinking about all this stuff that's not even important to think about.
Well, this brings up another great point. She said, but others' images were better.
Yeah.
What does better mean? If
According to
she
whom?
is expressing how she felt about that scene, that's what's important. Not if it's good, great, poor, bad. It's are you expressing what you felt?
Yeah. And to me, boatloads of that in that image. I could feel that moment. That I mean, it was really, really good. Not even good. It was great. It's a really good photograph, you know? So, anyways, I thanks for bringing that up. I feel better. I hope those listening feel better because we do go through, you started off with, you realize your mood was kind of down and that was affecting how you felt about what you were looking at. And you went from, you're a photo god to why do I even have a camera? And it's just nice to hear from folks of your stature that us, underlings, can maybe feel that way too. All right, buddy. Always good to chat. Got to find the right button to stop this conversation and stop looking at you.